everybody. Welcome to the episode 330 Conference in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson on the Conference in the Clutch network. Click the bell for notifications for everybody on YouTube watching, man, for new content when I drop, man. They do that shit on podcasts too, you know what I mean? For notifications. This just ain't no YouTube thing. Everybody get the notifications for when I drop. So y'all can get that new hotness whenever I drop mine on different podcast hosts or whatever. Different networks. It drops when it want to drop. Like Google notoriously slow as fuck when my stuff come there, but it is what it is, man. Y'all ready? Jump into it. Got a lot to get into today for a Saturday, which is very good for me. So got the beat ready. We ready to roll. Great concert. We're going to get into this concert I went to last night with my sweet 16 daughter, man. We had a blast. Ready, strap in? Let's do it. NBA news. New hotness. Conference in the Clutch Productions. KITK Productions right here, man. The Magic, we don't say owners no more, right? We say governors of teams. So the Orlando Magic governor donated $50,000 to a political action committee, a PAC, that supports Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. Damn. You got a majority black roster. You got a black coach. You got a black GM. And DeSantis ain't pro-black nothing. He trying to erase history, and he don't want his nephews, nieces, grandchildren to know that their ancestors were cruel to enslave Africans in this country, especially that part of the country, and the crazy shit that used to happen, the laws that was in place, the murders, the rapes, the brutality that was put out by some of his ancestors. Like, his ancestors might not have been slave holders, but that don't mean they didn't like the slaves, because the slaves have more skills than the poor whites in the South. They don't want critical race theory, or I like to say chronological history theory. Change the name. It ain't defund the police, it's divest the police. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. DeSantis allowed the state's Department of Education to rewrite history with the opinion that slavery benefited the enslaved Africans with skills they learned. No, because they were enslaved. That was not a benefit. If they were just African immigrants and they learned skills, they were taught skills, and they were not enslaved, and they were paid for their labor, then hell yeah, they were not paid for their labor. They did not work on their skill. So you can't say that. So my thing is, where the NBA players at? Where they at? The NBPA released a statement talking shit, whatever. Where are the players? Right? Is this a wealthy versus rich type of deal? Where, the wealthy are their owners, the rich are the players, and anybody saying shit? Like, unfortunately, governors can do what they want to with their money. They can support who they want to support and still help you with your players-wise, with your little charity. You know what I mean? I can give $50,000 to Ron DeSantis, and I can give $50,000 to Donald Nelson's Conference in the Clutch therapy charity type shit. You know what I'm saying? They can do that. And who gonna say something? You giving to him and him, right? So can in the comments, can the NBA governors give to whoever the hell they want to? Like, can they give to races and give to people that's trying to help other people that's struggling? I believe so. Let me know in the comments, y'all. However, we were running that shit back too. However, the players with all these damn podcasts, and we can talk about all types of other shit. We can talk about media hating and black people doing this and whatever. We can talk about all this other shit. I want to see the NBA players with their new media shit say something. That's what I'm looking forward to. How about you? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Stephen A says something on NBA Today on Friday. They said something. I want to know where the players at, man. Let me know. Thursday night, Diana Taurasi, Phoenix Mercury, already the WNBA's all-time leading scorer, eclipsed 10,000 points in the W, right? She is 2,500 above anyone else, and everybody she's above are not playing in the league. I believe this is her 21st year, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 19th or 21st? 21st year. She's still, no, this is her 19th season. Still amazing in her 19th season. LeBron is 21st. She scored 42 points in the win versus the Dream that night. Congratulations to Taurasi. You know, we're not comparing this to LeBron and none of that shit. This is the W. This is her shit. We didn't compare LeBron when he was the all-time leading scorer. Comparing it to her shit, there's apples and oranges. Move that. Now, my homegirl, Skylar Diggins-Smith for the Mercury, right? Had issues with the new coach last year. It was a blow up on the sideline with Taurasi last year about shit was going on. She ended up leaving at the end of the season, you know what I'm saying, because she was pregnant and all that shit. She had the baby, beautiful, healthy baby, moving on with her life, trying to, not rehab, but trying to, what word am I looking for? Because you can't say rehab when you're having a baby, but just return. How about this? She wanted to return to action after giving birth. That sounds about right, y'all. So she's saying she's been barred from using the facility and any other Mercury support as she returns from giving birth. Hold up. Ask me this. Is the WNBA, is that a women's league? I think it's a women's league, right? So if it's a motherfucking women's league, how in the hell are you not supporting women that get pregnant in the league? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. How are women having problem using the facilities and the training and the chefs and everything that the facility has to offer, and she got to go to the YMCA? Now, is there things that we don't know that Skylar ain't letting us know? The Mercury ain't saying nothing. That's just straight foul. Why does the WNBA treat their players like this when they want to be moms? The shit is just wrong. If this is what's going on, we had the De'Arica Hamby shit with the Aces, right? We got this shit going on with the Mercury. The WNBA women need to strike if they can't have children and the teams support them wanting to have children. I don't understand it. We cannot compare the man to have children because they don't carry the load for 9 months to have the child. But this wouldn't happen in a men's league if they could have children. Like, I don't it's hard with it's all women. Even the women that, shit, I don't even know where we're going. I don't even know. I don't believe there's any transgender women in the WNBA. I don't believe that. Are there women who identify as male in the NBA? That's something I don't know either. But regardless, the women that have babies by either males, seems like when they have babies by males, they get all types of shit because they're having babies still. But the women that have babies with their wives, because they're the ones not getting pregnant, they don't go through none of this stuff because they're not missing any games. I get it. But some just seem fishy that the women that get pregnant by men have all these issues. I wonder if a woman player got pregnant by a woman, would it be any issues? I don't know. I know Skylar Diggins-Smith is married. I don't know if De'Arica Hamby is married or whatever the fuck it is, but it would be interesting to see that. Regardless, the shit is just wrong, though. Moving on. AD, Anthony Davis, signs a 3-year, $186 million extension to stay with the Lakers. It was the first day he could sign yesterday, and he did it. This is the richest extension and annual salary in league history, eclipsing Jaylen Brown annual salary. AD going to be getting like 60, 61 something million a year. Shout out to AD. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to AD. And he was eligible for a 3-year, $169 million extension, so they gave him a little bit more on top because he had a early termination option, not a opt-out, a PO. So he could have become a free agent at the end of the season of the 23-24 season and could have signed a 5-year, $304 million extension with the Lakers or other teams, a 4-year, $215 million. Listen, he said, if I can get the 3 for 186, Why I'm gonna go somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? For the Lakers, it was like, get him signed now. For AD, shit, I done been injured a little bit. Shit, I'm the highest payer in the league. Once this motherfucker kick in down there, like shit, I get my money and it's right here, right now. I'm straight. So the 25-26 season is when the extension kicks in. This is going to be, is Bron going to be there? Everything around, all the reins turn over to AD. We're going to see what happened then, because ain't no guarantee LeBron's still going to be playing then. So LeBron got I think this is final year of his contract he going into, then that's it. So we're going to see his extension kicking in 25-26, man. Shout out to AD. All right, moving on to other things. Hey. What's going on in college football, man? The Big Ten is the Big 18 now, right? We know all this shit in college is football related. So Oregon and Washington have agreed to join the league. USC and UCLA have already joined. That's 4 from the Pac-12. Arizona's applied to join the Big 12 and is in the process of being voted in. That's 5 out of the Pac-12 that left. Now, this led to Utah and Arizona State leaving the Pac-12 and being voted in to join the Big 12. So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. Other teams have already left. I believe Colorado left to go to the Big 12. So now, like, the Big 12 has 16 teams now, including Colorado. So that leaves Oregon State, Washington State, California, and Stanford as the only Pac-12 teams left. They had a TV rights deal that's expiring at the end of this year, and they're supposed to be going to Apple on a streaming subscriber base. Like, that shit ain't gonna work. Not for that type of football. That shit gonna be regional as hell. So, and Apple doesn't do any production like all the universities and whatever they do. They still got to produce the shit. So they own people, all that. Apple just putting it out there for the world to see. So that's gonna be very interesting. But the Pac-12 should be no more. That's what it's looking like. The SEC has 16 teams already. They we can absorb some more teams that they would like. But right now, they're just trying to get their 16 in and be straight. They can absorb some more in the South, like Florida State wants to lead the ACC, but they have this big-ass thing to 2036 where they have to pay like $130 million to get out, plus some type of first refusal rights type of shit where they can't get out. And man, it's gonna be tough for them to get out. They've been looking at the contract for over a year. You know what I'm saying? They hired JP Morgan Chase. Look at their money projections to 2042, all types of shit. Florida State trying to do, like, man, they trying to get out of that joint. You got Clemson, you got North Carolina, you got like Virginia schools. ESPN reportedly would be on the SEC's radar to come through, because you know we got things to do, and you know I got things to do. Come through, man. That Drake. Okay, super conferences are here. Ain't nothing else to talk about, but they here. Chip Kelly of UCLA has an interesting take on what should happen. You know, we don't fuck with Chip Kelly like that over here, but per ESPN, this is what Chip Kelly said. What they should do with this super conference shit. He said, "Quote: I'd be for we're all in the same division." Put 60 of us in the same division, Kelly said. Do it like the NFL where there's NFC West, NFC North, NFC South. I think we should all be in. There should be one conference in all college football and then break it up like they do the professional game. Based on geography, that makes the most sense. There's your travel question. There's all those other questions, but no one asked me. So I got to looking, right? If you feel me, I got to thinking 60 teams. If we got the AFC West, if you got the NFC North, NFC South, NFC West, and then you got like if you do that shit that way, right? You can do the NFC shit. You can do the West, North, and South, and have shit. If you're gonna do 10 teams, no, you can't do 20 teams. Can you do 20 teams? You can do 20 teams, NFC, the College West, College North, and College South, and then you got so many teams that make the college playoffs out of that shit. But if you got 20 teams, motherfuckers ain't playing everybody. So that's going to be a different thing. So, but if you split that shit down to 10 teams and do 6 divisions, that can work. Because then all them 10 teams play each other, and you might have like 2 non-cons to be done with that shit. That'll be work. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. I'll be with that shit. Cause all this playing sisters of the poor and daughters of the weary and shit, I don't be liking all that shit. You know in the comments. Drake. It's all a Blur tour. Last night, hit the mill. Let me tell y'all something. It was an amazing stage. Drake is a fucking professional. 21 Savage is a fucking professional. Drake is a fucking professional, right? 21 Savage, 21 4L. His profile is a little bit higher now than what it was. It's huge now. All these years, 13 years talking about Drake, right? 14 years, whatever, 09. I should have paid more attention to Drake, but he makes a lot of music for women. What I'm saying is, I'm listening to Drake to rap. You had the little slow songs and all that shit. I'm the Drizzy rapping. He's just rapping. He likes to sing for sure. He was singing his ass off last night. But when he raps, he's definitely top 5. You got to put Drake in top 5, I would think. Let me know in the comments, yo. It definitely since like 09, like he's top 5 of what's going on right now. We know his generation shit. We don't like to do the whole from the beginning for the 50 years of hip hop. Is Drake a top 5 artist in rap? Man, that's a hell of an accolade. So we got to see about that. Now Drake, he didn't do Hotline Bling, but he did mad other shit. He did a lot of shit. He walked through the stage. He walked through. I ain't gonna even get to that part. Just let me. The whole stage and the coming up in the middle, and if anybody ever seen it on any little social media on YouTube stuff, you know what I'm saying? His little teenage protege, what he looking like, dude came up. He did the song about his mama from Take Care. I mean, that's the first song he did. Just. I'm impressed with his crowd interaction and stage presence. A lot of performers don't have that, and he made sure like everybody felt him, the energy and all that shit. This is the first time he ever been to Milwaukee, and he said he went home and got new clothes and shit. He's like, I just flew back today. Like, he's like, after this show, we gonna be off for a week, so we gonna give y'all the best show we fucking can. Like, I appreciate that. He said Milwaukee is an hour. He said it's an hour and 3-minute flight. So why don't we hang out more? He's like, man, I gotta come to Milwaukee more. It's live, y'all live, y'all. Like it was. He made a motherfucker feel like he was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? He made it. He made it a concert, man. Like I'm telling you. 21. Like Drake walked through the crowd, like down the thing from the members concourse and shit. Like 21 walked through the other thing when he came out. Like Drake came out, did his shit. He went to the DJ booth and he said, I want y'all to chill. I'm gonna take like 10 minutes. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna have me a drink up here. I'm gonna have a shot with y'all, Milwaukee, all this shit. And he did like Islands influenced remixes of a lot of his songs. Man, he did Passion Fruit. Man, stop it. That shit was so cold. Like, man, on the pod, I ain't gonna have it in here, but like y'all gonna have to check YouTube because I'm gonna put some of that shit up on the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the video. It was dope though. It was dope. The lights, his lighting was good. The fire, the pyrotechnics and shit. I felt that heat because we was right there in row 12 right next to this thing. The props flying around and shit, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker got sperm and women and it just he had everything, UFOs and a big ass thing of Virgil when they flew the airplane out. Man, stop it! All types of shit on the little square that he had set up at like a diamond on the side where the people that were standing up, TV screens on there, all types of shit scrolling around and on the top and whatever. Then he brought his own TV. Man, stop it! That shit was a nice show. Like, yeah. That shit was a nice show. So just dope as fuck. I took Belle. Is her Sweet 16. She said she want to go to Drake and want me to cook dinner for her. That's all she wants. She ain't want no party. She ain't want none of that shit. So she knew all the words. And I was shocked she knew all the 21 shit. So like, Dad, I won't cuss around you. I said, Belle, let that shit rip. We at the concert. Let that shit rip. So shit, she was letting that shit go. Hey man, we having a good ass time, man. My oldest Dejan, he was down there, but they was somewhere else. I couldn't find him because of course he had a fucking iPhone. His phone died. But listen, 21 did that, man. He did all this shit, and they knew all this shit, man. Listen. Then Drake came back out with 21, and Drake finished, and man, stop it, man. A solid 2+ hour show with no breaks. There was no breaks. My feet hurt. My legs still hurt today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a show. Motherfuckers might not like Drake. I don't give them. You can't not like Drake. Drake up. So, Drake this week became the first rapper to earn at least $5 million in revenue from a single concert. He did that shit out in D.C. 2 nights in a row, on back-to-back nights. Now, Drake last night, he flipping in words, putting in shit, telling Milwaukee he got $5 million for that show. So the price don't went up. Kendrick Lamar's The Big Steppers Tour earned $110.9 million from 929,000 tickets sold over 73 shows. We're going to see what Drake do. Of course, it's a competition. Records are made to be broken, so it ain't saying shit. It's just records are made to be broken and how the stage set up and how many seats you got and all that. And like I said, the boy is on his way. I'm still questioning the Memphis stop, though, which they said was logistically impossible due to Drake's set design, and he was supposed to start it there and reset it, and then he was supposed to go, and it got canceled. But after last night, after going to the concert myself, I can see the way the seats are in the lower bowl, possibly in certain arenas, and what he tries to do with everything and how height and distance and what he need so that fans can see that it don't block the people up there a lot, because he does a lot of shit flying. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of shit flying. The motherfucker scream, motherfucker with the knife with 21 forward. Like, man, listen, man. Gang shit is all we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that being a problem. That's fuck for Memphis, though. We don't live in Memphis, though. We got that shit. All right. Let's go to quick ones, yo. I'm going to try to be quick ones. Yo, Derek White cut his hair and went bald, right? Derek White, Boston Celtics, light-skinned cat with his shit back here. Showing a new cut on NBA Today. It kind of made me feel sad for Derek White, but not really. He seemed like a good guy. Nigga asked him about his cut and shit. And he talked about everyone being complimentary about his new cut because he went straight bald. And he sank his shoulder and took a breath like, yeah, people like it. Like, I'm proud of him because we don't know if he was struggling with how his shit was, you know what I'm saying, was his receding hairline and all that. But he didn't let it get to him. It was time to come home. And Shaq and Chuck was just fucking with him when they did it the one night. But it looks good, though, D. White. Much love to you. T.S. Madison, whoever T.S. Madison is, going back and forth with women. I stay out of black women's business. But T.S. Madison says some, quote, real women, quote, are having an issue because they are being mistaken as trans women, causing transphobia. Oh, shit. Yo. Yeah, because they wear the same makeup, the same type of lashes, and the same type of weave where they look like the same. You know what I'm saying? Transgender women get surgery. They got breasts and everything. I don't know how they get breasts, but I don't know how they get breasts like that. I'm sure they take a hormone and the skin stretches and doctors are amazing. But yeah, so if you look at some women and you look at some transgender women, that you can say one or the other look like the other. So women get mad at that shit. It is what it is. Real women don't need all that shit. Like, y'all really taking drag queen culture. Stop trying to look like a drag queen. Stop acting like you being on a TV show or at a performance. Then maybe you won't be considered to look like a transgender woman, if you ask me. Shit. So transgender are not real women, but transgender men that can have babies. I don't know why there's an opposition. Like, they were talking about real women, quote unquote, are using periods as like a weaponized against. Come on, man. What the fuck's going on? Hey, people in their own little bubble, you do what the fuck you want to do. Stop worrying about what other people doing. Like, okay, here's the thing with the transgender people got to understand. If whatever, cisgender people are not supposed to be worrying about what y'all do with y'all private parts. Y'all can't then turn around and worry about what cisgender people do with their private parts. It's the exchange. Let me know in the comments, man. We getting up out of here on this shit, man. Lizzo fat shaming, fam? Is that what we doing, Lizzo? You got your manager or somebody religion shaming, telling dancers they need to follow the Lord and shit, and then praising the virgins on the dance team, but then somebody said, oh, we know her fantasy is having 10 dicks in her face. What? Yo. Liz on them taking them out to strip clubs, talking about tough strippers, and somebody put a banana in their vagina at one of the strip clubs and told somebody to eat it out of it. Come on, fam. Ain't nobody eating no banana out of the strip club, out of strippers' cooch. Now, at the strip club at the crib, oh yeah, cats get real nasty. Be doing all types of nasty shit with strippers at the house parties. I be looking like, yo, really? Yeah, I can see that at the crib. Not out at a strip club, though, for sure. My thing is, how can fucking Lizzo fat shame, fam? Like, that's her body positivity. I'm sexy. I like this. Look at my ass. If you don't want to look at my ass, something wrong with you. All that shit. Like, if Lizzo's fat, can she fat shame? I don't think so. Can she skinny shame? Yeah, but how when there's body positivity? You can't do that. Like, what? You got to eat more, motherfucker. Like, how's you? What you gonna? No. But what can happen is that we can say one thing and do the other. So whatever school of entertainment you come from, and she want to do all this crazy shit and practicing for 12 hours and motherfuckers talking about they soiled they shit. What that soil mean? You piss, you shit on you? So all that shit, okay. This is a situation like Lizzo responding, talking about she's being attacked and she gonna handle this. Lizzo ain't had to say shit. Let them do what they want to do. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to say shit. Let them do what they do. I don't even know why PR let her release something. Let them do what they do, man. It's a lawsuit. You probably been sued multiple times, Lizzo. We don't know about them. This situation where you don't kick it with the motherfuckers you work with, though. And I understand we on tour, and some nights we go out, but usually the band goes out, the dancers go out, a mixture of the dancers and the band, but you never see the head motherfucker out with the dancers. You never see the head motherfucker out with the band unless they're all playing together in the band. You feel me? So, unless that's their guy, I can't see the whole thing out at the club. I can't see that. But you're not supposed to do that. It's like when you're the boss, because people can then say they felt coerced to do shit. Like, I was out with my boss drinking and somebody had the accident. They're going to blame the boss. They're going to say that power shit, that Ime Udoka shit. So, but the verbal assault, I ain't with that shit. Reportedly whipping motherfuckers and shit with like a belt or whip some shit. I ain't with that shit. So if that's what's going on, they'll just settle out of court and all that shit. But it sounds like to me, like Liz was saying, motherfuckers got fired for being indecent and doing the wrong shit and unprofessional on the road, and they pissed about it. So two things can't be true. You did all that shit and you fired them for tripping. Motherfucker shit. And shout out to Taylor Swift, who gave her tour crew $55 million in bonuses. The semi-truck drivers all got $100,000 plus. What's this, $100,000 plus? Just $100,000 bonuses for the 50 plus drivers of her semi-trucks. Dope as fuck. Her tour is the largest grossing tour in history, y'all. That's it, man. It was a lot. So, all my people on the pod, go to the YouTube, Conference in the Clutch. Check out episode 330. I'm going to try to throw a couple videos in there from last night and shit, man. You know what I mean? A couple of the small little joints, man, just so y'all can see. It's all types of shit out here on social media, so y'all might have seen it, but it's just from my perspective in the mill, man. So it is what it is. It's Confidence together. It's Clutch together. Listen to and follow the network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Click the bell notifications wherever you listen, wherever you watch for new content when I drop. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, review is important. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KITK. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Twice weekly. Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, D's Us, Dizos, Don P, Don D, Don Rilla, host Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson. Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society, y'all. You heard me? I haven't did the shy shit because I was at the Drake concert. I told y'all that Shy podcast gonna come when it come. I was at Drake last night. I'm tired. So I'm gonna try to watch the Shy. I hope the Shy don't be watching me. Have a safe and healthy night. You listen during the daytime. Credit grade day on purpose, y'all. We up out this joint, peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the